10 signs of high intelligence you can't fake. Society, unfortunately, places far too much emphasis on high IQ as a sign of intelligence. However, this type of system will never be able to reveal the genuine signs of intelligence in a person. There are people who can memorize all the facts and put them to a test, and they are regarded as exceptionally intelligent by all, while a person who can't do that, on the other hand, will be looked down upon. However, they could be equally or even more intellectual than the purportedly intelligent people. It is like testing the capacity of a monkey, a fish, and an elephant to climb a tree. As Einstein famously said, psychologists and other experts have come up with many ways of looking at human intelligence. But intelligence isn't all about IQ, and here's why. IQ tests measure specific skills like reasoning, memory, and problem solving. They can't capture the broader picture of your capabilities overall. IQ tests don't assess important traits like creativity or emotional skills. People from different backgrounds have varying levels of familiarity with test concepts and structure, so low scores may not always represent actual intellectual abilities. Many experts believe a single test can't give a clear picture of intelligence, in part because there are multiple types of intelligence to consider. Clearly, this type of system is incapable of revealing genuine signs of intelligence. So here's 10 genuine signs of intelligence you cannot fake. 1. Details are something you notice and remember. This is one of the most important signs of intelligence. A person who remembers every detail of past events means he or she is a very keen observer and someone whose focus is very clear. Obviously, you can't judge someone's intelligence by their ability to learn and mug up things or their ability to solve difficult mathematical questions. There are many factors that comes to play when judging someone's intelligence. You also notice more than the mentally average, especially when confronted with challenges, and think more deeply, and most of them know more uses for things than the designated common usage. They are not mentally boxed into a single idea. In addition, they can normally solve most problems more quickly than those with average mental capability. 2. You have endless curiosity to explore new things. Being truly smart isn't just about how many facts and figures you know. It's about your desire to know things in the first place. Curiosity is the key ingredient of intelligence. When you want to know more, you ask those who know and investigate yourself. You keep researching, learning, and exploring. You feel very energetic when it comes to learning and discovering new ideas. Many studies have proved that a curious and open individual is more likely to become a more intellectually curious person later in her life. Curiosity not only gives knowledge but also new experiences. First, being smart usually includes intellectual curiosity that may require some amount of independent study, which, to a really smart person, is fun. Smart people may have a hard time finding peers, not in any moral sense, but a social one. 3. You like spending time alone. Many people think of those who enjoy being alone are being awkward or strange. However, a 2016 study found that people who exhibited greater intelligence were less likely to feel satisfied by socializing frequently. More socializing means less time to spend in contemplation or in pursuing your interests and goals. So, don't feel odd because you enjoy spending time alone. This is one of the most important signs to look for. People who spend time alone are the ones who are always connected to nature. This is the only reason why their focus is sharp, and they do not get distracted easily. 4. You question everything. People around us who we see as intelligent are not some superhumans. They are same as us. The only difference lies in the fact that they tend to observe things a lot. They get curious, ask questions about it, and many a times they even ask those questions that seem dumb to us. But in reality, they also require presence of mind and a willingness to know. For example, if we look at the word weeping, that simply means crying. If weep means cry, then what do the words sobbing, hyperventilate crying, blubbering, scream crying mean? To a normal person, all these words are same. But one who is intelligent would know that these words are not just the same. These words express different intensities of crying. Even if that intelligent person didn't know it before, But while reading this, the next task they are gonna do is to find out the meaning of these words. The inner zeal to know things urges them to ask a lot of questions, and this makes them intelligent. Intelligent people know that asking thought-provoking questions is just as important as providing answers. That's because questions can challenge your thinking and help you come up with new solutions to old problems. 5. You can argue against anyone with logical explanation. If you are able to argue against someone with logical explanation, then it's a genuine sign of intelligence. Instead of getting the arguments heated, you are able to resolve it effortlessly, without making the other person feel bad for their point of view. 6. You are very flexible and adaptive. Life isn't always going to be easy. Some complain about that, and they might even throw a tantrum because adjusting is too much work. Intelligent people, on the other hand, feel more capable of taking on twists and challenges. Adaptability is a key component of intelligence. It refers to the ability to adapt to new situations or circumstances. Intelligence depends on being able to change your own behaviors in order to cope more effectively with your environment, or make changes to the environment you're in. This trait is also linked to resilience, or the ability to bounce back from adversity. Intelligent individuals aren't afraid of uncertainty and are prepared to face whatever comes their way even when things don't go as planned. They bounce back fast and are eager to try again. 7. You are very witty. Studies have shown that humor and intelligence are correlated. In fact, comedians in particular score higher on IQ tests. That's because humor involves not only processing information, but it also takes finding the odd angle and perfect timing, as well as higher verbal intelligence. This unique ability and presence of mind allows one to convert even the most inconsequential circumstances and things into something you can burst out laughing at. 8. You are interested in many things. Intelligent people don't limit themselves to doing one thing. They tend to have several projects they're working on. They might work a full-time job while growing a side hustle, learning a foreign language, investing in new assets, taking music lessons, or finishing up their new office space or house. While many people like staying busy, these people prefer to spend their time doing things that help them improve in some shape or form. 9. You are very empathetic. Empathy, commonly described as the ability to experience things from someone else's perspective, is a key component of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence refers to your ability to understand emotions and express them in healthy and productive ways. Acknowledging your own emotion is an important first step. However, people with high emotional intelligence generally have a pretty good awareness of what others think and feel as well. High empathy usually means you can sense when people are struggling, often through subtle signs in their body language or behavior. Empathy can also show up as a deeper level of consideration and acceptance of the varied experiences of others. Like any skill, empathy develops when you flex it. So learning more about others and expressing your concern for them can foster even stronger emotional intelligence. 10. You learn from your mistakes. People who make mistakes are the smarter ones of the lot. The ones who don't make mistakes are not doing anything, so they remain unsmart. True smartness is deeper than the skin, so you can derive that smart people overcome their mistakes by redoing it and mastering it. They are not shy of their mistakes. They accept it and align themselves not to repeat the same, taking lessons from each mistake they make. Smart people are able to accept their own failures and repurpose them into lessons for future success. In fact, a study on decision-making skills reports that critical feedback from a mistake results in better performance the second time around. So while errors and setbacks can be frustrating, highly intelligent people are able to perceive them as growth opportunities. Intelligence is something many people wish to have and many people try to fake. However, there are some things you simply can't fake, and true intelligence is one of them. There is no particular way to judge intelligence, neither through IQ test or their ability to solve difficult mathematical questions. The only way is to look for signs. Nowadays, everyone is a self-proclaimed genius. Particularly, there are many people who not only want to exhibit high intelligence themselves, but also seek it out in others as well. High intelligence is defined as having superior intellectual or artistic abilities or exceptional creative power, or as someone who ranks in the top 1% of all people on a test of intelligence. There are plenty of ways to look at intelligence, but most experts recognize that it goes well beyond book smarts. It doesn't necessarily matter that you weren't singled out as gifted early in your elementary days. Maybe you sat back in class daydreaming about distant worlds and sketching them in your notebook, or skipped school entirely to work or help take care of family members. These traits suggest intelligence, too. Intellect can sometimes be associated with other conditions, especially in adults. Sometimes high intelligence is related to certain anxiety disorders. There are also overlaps between the autism spectrum and extreme intelligence. Every brain and each person are different. Genius is not a standardized measure, so if we summarize the signs of people with high intelligence, they usually don't fit naturally in most social interactions, groups, whatsoever. But if they do, they purposefully tried and hard. They imagine their thoughts always and consequently often miss many present details. If they don't have a verbal reasoning issue, they probably are able to articulate their reasoning extensively, searching to answer any possible doubts. When they do desire to do so, not all have the patience all the time. You notice that the questions they ask are questions that makes you think, how haven't I thought about that before? They become master in their hobbies in a matter of weeks. If they're really pursued hobbies, their favorite hobby mastery level almost scare you. Sometimes they get good grades, really good grades, low grades, really bad grades. Don't take grades into account unless they display a very observable interest in the respective subject. Usually a bit lost in this big game called life, otherwise they won the big achievements. Sometimes they're so slow and lazy like they were on a mental trip, and other times they are crazy objective, fast, effective, and efficient all at the same time with their thoughts. Especially if trying to rush things, such behavior is a bit scaring. To be honest, stereotypes point that all high IQ people has something peculiar in behavior. I don't know, maybe it's only profoundly gifted guys. Yes, they are good at explaining things when they actually try to simplify, say complex stuff because they already did the logical steps. Of course, piling up every part will sound complex as if they did magic thinking, but it's normal reasoning. Keep calm. They can adapt to anything if they really want. So if you enjoyed discovering all these signs of intelligence, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.